I got something to say, man, about you new millennium motherfuckers. Y'all don't study no history of nothing, not even sports. Anybody y'all see in y'all lifetime you call the GOAT. Y'all just throw that name around like it's the GOAT, the GOAT. Everybody can't be the GOAT. That means the greatest of all times. You can't have two GOATs in one category. And the first thing they talk about is at first it was Michael and Kobe, Michael and Kobe. Now it's Michael and LeBron, Michael and LeBron. I was just looking at somebody's post earlier. And they were talking about the strongest people ever to play the game, ever. Basketball, this is. And they brought up Dwight Howard, Karl Malone, Ben Wallace. I'm scratching my motherfucking head. Finally, he said Wilt Chamberlain. Okay, I'll give you that. Shaq, I'll give you that. But the name Wes Unseld didn't come up. Daryl Dawkins didn't come up. Moses Malone, Buck Williams, nothing. Because they don't know who the hell they are. Stop trying to proclaim something if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. People talking about Scottie Pippen is the greatest power forward ever. Scottie fucking Pippen? The best power forward ever? Do you know what position Julius Erving used to play? That's the doctor. He was Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan. He's a motherfucker Michael Jordan wanted to be like. You ain't got no clue about that. Let me explain something to you. Elgin Baylor produced Connie Hawkins, produced Julius Erving, produced Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan, produced Kobe Bryant. You can look at Michael Jordan winning 10 scoring titles. All that shit means he was a ball hog. He wouldn't pass the ball. It wasn't until Phil Jackson got there, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and they traded Oakley for Cartwright, that this man started winning after they started forcing him to pass the ball. Is he the greatest of all times? No. No. He was spectacular, but you got to look at this. One thing I can say about Michael Jordan, I believe he can transcend eras. The same with LeBron and Kobe. And by transcend eras, I mean there was a time when you go through the hole, a nigga would lay your ass out. The Jordan rules, what did he do? He went back they sent his ass back to the drawing board, didn't they? He couldn't have been flying around like that in the 60s. A lot of them motherfuckers could fly around, but they wouldn't because you get knocked on your ass. You look at some of them old timers. Look at my boy Dr. J, my favorite. Look him in the mouth and see if his lips ain't all stitched up. Got a mouth full of crowns. You didn't start an NBA season in the 70s or 60s and then finish with all your teeth. You didn't. You go into the hole talking about going in there and get them big men, they knock your ass out. They dislocate some shit. Yeah, Jordan could run to the basket, lean in and draw a foul. It wasn't always like that. You can't even get near LeBron. How can a motherfucker 6'8" be at the top of the key or top of the free at the half court line, bounce the ball, and then run all the way to the basket untouched? Do that shit with Maurice Lucas on the field, on the court. Give me Bill Laimbeer, put him out there. Let's see what's really going on. So when you talk about the best ever or the greatest, those are two different things. You can be the greatest, but you may not be the best. You understand? And you can be the best, may not be the greatest. What does that mean? The best can't be beat. The greatest look nice. The greatest is entertaining. The greatest, like, wow, that was beautiful. Being the best, you don't have to look good, as long as it's effective. You understand? The good and the great, the Lakers and the Jordan Bulls. The best were Bill Russell's Celtics. Jordan got 6 rings. Y'all niggas didn't do no count. We shut that shit down quick. There's a nigga over there in Boston with 11. You feel me? Before Jordan had a single ring, The whole thing about Jordan was, yeah, well, ain't nobody gonna ever win a championship scoring 50 points a game until Phil got there. Give Jordan his due. He a bad motherfucker. He a bad motherfucker. I want him on my team, but I wouldn't start a team with him. Hell no. If I'm gonna start a team, it's gonna be probably with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bill Russell. And the reason why I choose either one of them, because both of them could shoot free throws. Wilt couldn't shoot no free throws. Wilt was dominant, but his dominance took his players, his teammates out of the game. He had some great teammates. You just don't know who the fuck they were. Name off some Philadelphia Warriors. Them motherfuckers was good. They go to the conference finals every year and lose to the Celtics because this one man wouldn't pass the ball. You understand? And if it wasn't a big man I would start my team with, it'd damn sure be Magic. You can say Jordan's better than Magic. Jordan is a good shooting guard. Magic is a good point guard. When it comes to the ranking, Jordan is the best shooting guard ever. Kobe's right behind him. Iceman is in the same, can eat at the same table. A lot of shooting guards can eat at the same table. Because when we're talking about building a team of 5 or 11 men, you can get others to make up for what this replacement of Jordan couldn't do. And we talking about best ever. But you ain't gonna find nobody like Magic. The closest that came to Magic was Penny Hardaway. He wasn't like Magic. He made you think about Magic. He probably reminds you of Magic. He wasn't like Magic. Magic was a winner. Magic was a winner. And Magic wasn't afraid to fail. Jordan is good to do what Jordan do. But for the purpose of running a team, making the offense flow, getting everybody involved, you see, it's a lot of motherfucking pressure to play with Kobe and a Jordan. Sit there and stare at these two niggas all night. And then when they get in trouble, pass you the ball, and you better make it. Man, fuck you. Fuck, I'll shoot an air ball. Fuck you. Put me on the bench. It's just like either I'm on the bench watching or I'm standing on the court watching. Fuck you. Pay me till you trade me. But with Magic could get everybody in rhythm, get everybody hot. You would have 2 or 3 Lakers with the hot hand at any given time because Magic done fed them niggas the ball and they swishing. They got their stroke. And when shit get thick, when damn, these niggas tighten up on defense, then Magic came alive. No, I'm not saying Magic is better than Jordan, but I'm saying at his position, ain't nobody close to him. So when you look at the greatest of all times, you got to look at each and every position, individuals who played it, and then look at the eras. Who had tougher competition? Who was Jordan's competition? Charles Barkley? When Jordan rose to power, the Philadelphia 76ers was not what they were. The Phoenix Suns started to blossom, and the management cut them right back down. They blossomed for 1 year. He went to Houston and was too old. Who was it? Utah Jazz never had a center. Never had a quality center. And if they did have one, John Stockton wouldn't have passed him the ball no way. John Stockton finished with damn near 6,000 assists. And 98% of them went to Karl Malone. That's just like playing with Wilt, just the 2-man Wilt. You running down on a fast break just to get exercise. The ball's going to number 32. So if you'd have got rid of Stockton and got somebody, even a Jason Kidd to replace Stockton, somebody who would distribute the ball to the other 3 niggas, the Jazz probably would have been to the finals a few more times. Portland was undisciplined. All they would do is shoot threes. Put a little pressure on them, they clanking them off the rim. Seattle, all they want to do is dunk. Still good. They're still good, though. But you look at the players. that Jordan had to play with, not in the finals. I just rattled off some of his finals competition, but throughout the league, the Patrick Ewings, the David Robinsons, and all that. Then you look at, let's say, Isaiah Thomas's rivals, the Larry Birds and Magic Johnsons. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Terry Cummings. You know, Iceman. Jordan. You look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He had to deal with Elvin Hayes. Magic, not Magic, why I'm saying Magic, Dr. J, you know what I'm saying, George McGinnis, Dan Issel, Downtown Freddie Brown, Pistol Pete, you understand? So each and every era, you had stars that had to play with certain rules. And certain, you know, and they changed rules to make shit easier in the Jordan era. But in the Kareem and Wilt era, they made rules different to make it more difficult. The 3-second rule, so centers couldn't sit in the key, which gave people like Jordan a way to just run through the fucking... You think if them centers could stay in the fucking key, that Michael or LeBron or Kobe would be able to do anything but shoot jumpers? It'll be difficult, because now you know these niggas ain't gonna run by you. If they do, let them run by you. That shit are gonna eat their ass up. Now you can play them straight up for the jump shot. It was only like one person that I've seen in my lifetime that was unguardable going for a layup, and that was Julius Erving. I don't care how tall you was. This nigga hold the ball like it was a tennis ball. You feel me? You may swing at it, but it ain't gonna be there by the time your ass swing. Which pretty much the reason why this nigga didn't have all of his teeth. He had a bunch of crowns in his mouth. All kind of shit. But there were some other exciting people, but all I'm saying is, you just can't go around talking about LeBron is the GOAT. LeBron or Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Do some real research. And don't just stat monger, and don't just championship. You know, he got 6, so, because Jordan ain't leading in stats nor championships. He's not. He just happened to play in an era where there was some good television coverage. Basketball gave you a lot of spectacular things. A lot. Your ass wasn't alive to see them. And then they didn't really start recording and saving basketball games until like the 80s. Probably around 86. 84, 82, 81, they got stuff, but you can't but show Milwaukee Bucks San Diego Clipper game. They probably even got that shit in existence. They got the big games, you know, the championship games, some playoff highlights, and that's about it. But I went here and went rambling. But my point is, though, you can't just say LeBron is the best ever when you ain't even seen everybody. You ain't even trying to see everybody. You don't even know the rules. There was a motherfucker going around busting up backboards before backboards was able to be busted up. You understand? You was fucking with this motherfucker. This nigga was so goddamn powerful and so fucking awesome, the NBA had to stick the referees on him. Foul him out, put him in foul trouble, put this big man child on the bench. Do your research and find out who I'm talking about. There was a motherfucker, matter of fact, there was a motherfucker on Magic Johnson's level, but he let that cocaine get to him. His name was Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray Richardson, nigga. Michael Ray Richardson was the shit, but that cocaine took him out. And at the time, you get busted so many times, I think it was 3, you get a lifetime ban. And that's what happened to him. Because Sugar Ray was nice with it. You had Magic on the West, Sugar Ray on the East. They talked that Magic and Bird shit because they showed up in the finals and they was winning. But nobody gave a fuck about no Magic and no Bird. It was LA and Philadelphia, nigga. Every year, LA, Philadelphia. Go look at the stats, nigga. 1980, 82, and 83. Nigga, that was in a 4-year gap. And if you really want to get down, Philadelphia made it there in '77. Also, when Julius Erving first got there, the Lakers lost to Portland, I think, and Portland went. But the Lakers wasn't getting far, though. The Seattle Supersonics was tearing that ass up. Downtown Freddie Brown, Jack Sigma, what's that boy named? Dennis Johnson. They had some folks, Gus Williams. Ooh, they had some folks, nigga. They had some folks. You don't know nothing about that team. Jordan, his name is Air. You talking about niggas who could shoot, talking about Bird and all that shit. He was all right. He was good. Call a nigga downtown. But he played in the context of his scheme. He played in an offensive scheme. He wasn't ball hogging. Like Steph Curry, his offense calls for him to do that. If he had played in any other offense, he'd just be a good shooting motherfucker. As a matter of fact, if Steph Curry would have played for the 2000 Lakers, you got Steph at the point. Kobe is at the shooting guard. Rick Fox is the small. Glenn Rice is the power. Shaq is the center. You think Steph Curry would be the first option? Now, we know he qualified to be the first option, but the egos on that team, Kobe want the ball. He ain't just playing against the league, he playing against Shaq. Shaq want the ball. He ain't just playing against the league, ain't just playing against Kobe. He's playing against the centers of yesteryear. He's trying to get up there with his ancestors and be the best one. All of them niggas could hit. All of them were three-point assassins. But they didn't have a green light like Curry had a green light in his offensive scheme. So he's the best ever? Maybe. I don't know. Pistol Pete was a bad motherfucker. Jerry West was a bad motherfucker. But they didn't have the green light like this young man has the green light. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm up to 17 minutes. I only want to do like 5 minutes to tell you niggas about something. I may have to just cut this down, go buy me an editing machine and start working on my techniques anyway. Anyway, y'all niggas be good. This is King Mike. I'm out.